Hi everybody, this is Rachel from Mini Ministry. Wanted to come to you today and just share something that happened today that I think will be a great influence for you out there. I had to take my son, we homeschool our son, and I had to take him to a local college for his ISEP testing. And today was day 2 of that. I noticed yesterday there was this Muslim woman. She was dressed full in Muslim gear. She had black dress, black sparkly hijab on, was covered. All I could see was her face and her hands, and that's all I could see. Very soft, very sweet looking lady, and could clearly tell her son was definitely a mixed race. I'm guessing the father was Middle Eastern. Very beautiful boy. And I noticed yesterday that she was sitting by herself, that she didn't associate with anybody, nor did anybody try to associate with her. And my heart just kind of stopped, thinking, is this planned? Is this, she doesn't want to be bothered? You know, my mind just kept racing. So my big prayer last night, pardon my crazy hair, my big prayer last night was, and this morning was for, Lord, if I need to say something to her, please let me know. So today when she came in to bring her son in for day 2 of ISEP testing, that they sat at a table and kind of sectioned themselves off again, and I began reading my book for about a good 40 minutes, and I just kept feeling like I should say something. So I calmly walked over and just said hi and good morning to her, and told her that I thought her hijab that she wore the previous day was one of the prettiest I'd ever seen. It was black, had sparkles on it. It was gorgeous. And she was caught so off guard. I have to tell you, she just looked astounded, like, excuse me, what did you just say to me? And then after that sank in, that I was literally talking to her about that, and that I'm sure she smiled and she says, why, thank you. And I just talked to her. I did not bring up the gospel. I did not share God's word with her, but I didn't feel like I was supposed to, because I felt like in this moment she needed to see that she wasn't alone. I think too often the first place we go is to share in the gospel, and I think that's great. I think we need to evangelize. We need to share the gospel. We need to be the hands and feet of Christ, and I totally agree with that statement. But sometimes what people need is to know that they're not alone, that they're not the outsider. We so often forget that we ourselves can be outsiders as Christians, as true Christians. And I don't mind that. I'd rather be weird. You know, people say I'm weird. I'm okay with that. If that makes me weird, I'll be weird, if that's what it takes to follow Christ. But here, this lady, it just felt to me like she wasn't surrounded with love. She wasn't surrounded with care. And my heart just went out to her, and God impressed that upon me. So I went over, I talked to her, and I said, I told her about her hijab, and said that that I was impressed that she was holding to her beliefs, and that she wore the garments that they liked and things like that. And she just asked me, she goes, how did you know that? I says, I'm actually studying Islam right now in some of my personal theological studies. I'm studying that. And the look on her face was astounding, my friends, because she just went, really? I think we so often get caught up in, I love reading the Bible. I have a thirst and hunger for God's word. But we get so caught up in that sometimes we forget that some of the best things we can do is to learn the other person's point of view. Had I not known some common Islamic words and phrases and theological things that they think about their beliefs, it would have been a whole different conversation. But I did, and because of that, I could say things that she knew and understood, and could confront her. And that is a really amazing thing. Hopefully I'll see her again when we go for round of 2 testing in April, and we'll say hi to each other, and maybe something will come out of it, and maybe an opportunity to share the gospel would happen. But planting the seed is what we are to do. Yes, we need to share the gospel. We need to share the love of Christ. We need to love others. But when God says, love your neighbor as yourself, that is part of it. It's not just sharing the gospel. It's literally loving others. It could be opening the door. It can be paying for someone's food or groceries. It can be noticing somebody that doesn't get noticed. It can be so many things. So I want to encourage you today to share God's love. Find a way to do that. I don't know what that might mean for you and for where you live, but to realize that one of the best ways that we can be God's hands and feet is to live it out by just being the loving people that we are called to be. Hope that all made sense. And to the lady, the beautiful Muslim lady that I met today, I hope and pray I get a chance to talk to you down the road. Y'all have a blessed day. Enjoy.